This show is brought to you by GoDaddy and Netflix. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 15 of Food Mob. Can't believe it's episode 15. That's gone really fast. What are we cooking today? We are cooking a ramen. Really nice ramen. And we're going to show you how to cook some perfect fish. What's been happening this week in your guys' lives? Anything exciting? Welcome to Lauren and Aaron.
Toy Story, amazing.
Saw Toy Story yesterday. Average, 7 out of 10.
What?
Fuck off.
How is fucking Toy Story a 7 out of 10?
7 out of 10, good to average kids film.
Funniest Toy Story yet. So are you saying the original Toy Story's crap?
No, very good. But just look, it was a kids film. It was full of kids, people like screaming. Just didn't enjoy it. It was fine.
Okay, so the experience wasn't the best.
It was all right. It was just like.
Lauren, what do you think?
It was okay. But it's just, it's a good kids film. It's not the best film ever.
Yeah, that's enough of Lauren.
Anyway, on food, a couple of people giving out about us talking about movies and tech stuff and stuff like that. But look, go and watch some other food show. We don't want you. No, I'm only messing. We do want you. Okay, few food photos kicking up this week. Everybody making the mac and cheese.
That's because it's the best thing in the world.
On
ever.
your recommendation. I've never seen more photos. You're talking about 50 photos in the last week of people mac and cheese. This one's probably one of the best, sent in by Martin Brunk. Really nice one. I think he's obviously a professional photographer because it's a very high standard. Next up, somebody's put it in the pan. That looks gorgeous, doesn't it? It's like a big skillet pan, so I think they've cooked it in some sort of special macaroni pan. That's Martin Brunk again. I didn't realise we featured 2 of his, but there you go. So that was obviously the same one before it came out onto the plate. The third photo that we have, actually some girl called Alisa Benjenaru sent in. Remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about how to slice onions and stuff like that. What are you doing?
I have no idea. I'm trying to fix this mic over.
Like this. Trying to fix something behind the scenes.
Just leave it here, it's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, whenever you're...
Just talk downwards there and you're fine.
So this girl has actually sent in, remember a couple of weeks ago we were showing how to slice onions and we were crying and stuff. She's got special goggles that actually she puts on when they're not sunglasses, they're actually onion goggles, she says. One of my kitchen necessities, onion goggles. So I don't know if I'd really go out and buy those, but that's one way of doing it. Next photo is of a beef Wellington, which actually looks better than ours, I'd have to say. Brian Angelo, very nice. Perfect and pink in the middle. He's got his little mushroom around the outside, so very impressive, Brian. Well done. And the last one from a couple of weeks ago, a pizza. So I don't know, okay, he's got... Credit goes to my friend Benedict Bowringer. I know Benedict watches the show every week. He's the guy who sent in the pig photos last week. I was inspired to come up with this after I saw it. Added corn on top of the pizza, blah blah blah. Very nice looking pizza. So good to see that people are still cooking stuff from the old episodes. Couple from Flickr real quick. So send in your photos, by the way, to facebook.com/foodmob. Love the photos coming in there. People are starting to like each other's photos. There's another one of the beef Wellington sent in on Flickr by MacGyver Forever. Very nice.
What a name.
You like that? That's his before it was prepped, and then you cut into the center and he's got it absolutely spot on. So lots of people making the beef Wellington. Another little thing is I asked loads of people during the week on Facebook to just quickly send in a photo then beside the Food Mob photo. We'd feature them all in the show. I'm not going to go through them all individually there, but Aaron, you can put them up as I'm talking at the moment. There's some really cool ones there of a dog, very cute little looking dog. People watching it on fuck off huge TVs.
Fuck off huge TVs, please.
Yeah, like massive TVs. Have you seen this, Aaron?
Yeah, I really need to start uploading a bit high res if they're going to be...
Like I've only ever watched it on
a midget screen.
Midget, like computers, iPads, stuff like that, but people watching it on huge plasmas, so very impressive. Couple of mostly male fans. We need to get that balance. I was looking at the Facebook, we're 80% males, 20% females watch Food Mob. Bad demographic. Good for
Gotta make
you,
a joke
Lauren. You've
about
got
you
lots
there,
of
with the
males.
mark.
Yeah. I said there's lots of males.
Oh, it's good for me.
Yes. Aaron needs to up the female demographic. I think it's basically a direct...
It's just because I'm behind the camera. I mean, why do you think there's so many male followers?
So basically, to get more female followers, we need to get you in the camera. That's how,
but to be honest, I'm happy with the demographic as it is. It's fine.
Right, enough bullshitting for this week. Let's get into the cooking. We're gonna cook something awesome this week, which is a little dish called ramen, which there's a few different ways to do. I'm gonna show you the way that, as always, same with the mac and cheese last week, might not be the completely traditional way to do it. That's the kettle that you can hear, by the way. Might not be the traditional way to do it, but this is quick, fast, 20-minute dish when you come in the evening. Healthy as hell, really, really good. So, first thing as you can hear that I did is I put on the kettle. It was already a little bit boiled, cheated. In that goes. I'm making them with tuna today, but I know a lot of people are gonna be like, ugh, tuna. Aaron, for example, basically nearly refused to film the show when he saw that there was tuna.
Yeah, well, I was told, first of all, Lauren was like, oh, it's chicken. I was like, thank God, I'm starving. And then you just whip out a tuna.
What's wrong with tuna?
What's right with tuna?
Lean, healthy, full of...
Chicken isn't full of leanness.
We've done a lot of chicken recently.
Can we not do turkey then?
Well, that's what I was saying.
Oh, we do turkey soon. Turkey's good.
What I was saying is that this is ramen. Tuna's in it today, but I know a lot of people don't like tuna. Just to replicate what we're doing with a chicken breast, a pork chop, some prawns, maybe even beef, whatever it is you want. This is going to be a really, really nice little dish. So chicken stock made there. I'm going to chop up some chili. I like my stuff like this a little bit fiery. What about you guys?
Definitely.
Hot. You can see I'm chopping it with the seeds in there. If you really want to sort of cool it down a couple of notches, take the seeds out. Quick red onion. Red onion's nice because it sort of shows up in the color and presentation wise when you're doing this. So
how many stock cubes are in the chicken stock?
1 stock cube, Aaron.
That's it?
Yes. Yeah, so tons of people making the mac and cheese. Really, really surprised. Like literally.
Lauren said that you had it and then you threw it out a day ago. You didn't even finish all that mac and cheese.
No, there was 2 portions left, and then yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, people will be giving out. Don't
and
be
I
saying
asked that I could take some home, and you were like, "Oh no, we'll bring it in."
Oh, so you're making me sound like an ogre now.
Well, I didn't do an impression of you, but.
No, but you asked if you could take some home.
Yeah, and you were like, "Oh no, I'll bring it in. I'll bring it into the office."
I know we had.
Never happened.
Had some that evening, but then I don't know. Monday night didn't get home or something like that. Anyway. In that goes, so red onions and chilies. I'm not going to saute these off for very long. I don't want any color or anything like that. Lime. I'm actually just cutting them into quarters. I'm also going to add in my mushrooms. So I've got some nice like shiitake mushrooms today. You could use any sort of field mushrooms really, but these work especially well. Oh, is Skycam on today?
Yep.
I saw somebody copying Skycam.
I want to watch out. That's something to copyright, so they better tell them to watch out.
Have you filed the patent?
Patent patent. Patent patent?
Patent
pending. That's it.
Right, so onions, chili. Smell that already. I don't want to do much with the mushrooms. Just want to break them in like that. I'm telling you, you'll like this with the tuna. What's the problem with tuna?
It's just fish. I don't like fish.
There's very little taste of it. It's neutral.
What's the point of even putting it in then?
Gorgeous. Right.
Gorgeous.
Limes go in there. Like I said, I don't really want any color. I'm going to put in all the limes. I like mine like really citrusy, really fiery, really full of flavor. So in that goes.
So the limes are just for flavor. You don't actually eat them then when they're...
No, but like you could squeeze, you know when you get that real nice citrusy flavor. So in that goes. What we're doing is making a little sort of broth that we're going to poach everything in, and all the flavor will be in there. A couple of nice ingredients to go in there. See it boiling away already, like that's literally like a soup. Sesame oil. A lot of people
sesame oil, so good.
Like it, huh?
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it.
I love it. Why would you put it in there?
As an overall balanced flavor, but like, I didn't open that. Part of a bigger dish, yeah, but I just don't like it really on its own. A bit strong or something.
No, I love it.
Soy sauce, quite generous with that. Love Asian food like this. It's just so clean in texture and flavor and like healthy. Healthy but tastes nice. I could eat that every day, just rice, soups.
Wait, are we having rice or noodles?
Noodles. Now ginger. I'm going to show you a really cool tip with ginger. So you could just get your peeler and peel away like that. But what happens is peelers are sort of designed for potatoes and other stuff like that, and they take off quite a lot. All the nutrients inside ginger are right underneath the skin. So the best part, we don't want to lose that. So all I'm doing is using the back of a little small spoon. I'm just going to peel away around the outside. I'll just cut it. I'm not going to use it all, so I'll just cut it down like that. And you can see just by running your spoon around the outside, you're hardly losing any of it at all.
Do you have to peel ginger?
Not necessarily. I just think it's a little bit sort of chewy, the skin, or like sort of gets stuck in between your teeth, if you know what I mean. So I guess it's just a good thing to peel it.
That's a lot of ginger. Are you going to use all of it?
I'm going to use quite a bit of it. So, nice little thin slices. And once this goes in, you're going to start smelling some serious flavour. Come and smell that there, one of you, just to see, or both of you, just to see already how much flavour's in there. I think it's insane.
Oh, it smells good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's so quick as well. I think last week's episode was a whopper, Aaron. You were telling me that you weren't too happy about editing 30 minutes.
That was great.
This week should be the exact opposite. This is something, like I said, come in the evening, bang the kettle on, pop it in, chop a couple of things, ready. Don't know if that made any sense.
Didn't make any sense. And plus, I'm not going to like this month's or this week's
Plus
recipe.
what?
I'm not going to like this week's recipe anyway, so.
You're not going to like
At
it.
least
Well,
the mac and cheese made up for it.
oh, so you've given up on it already.
Yeah, I've
right, so
already
turn
tried
that down and simmer it. I just decided to speak over you there.
Yeah,
You're
that's
annoying me.
Let me just turn off the camera.
Yeah. What are we going to do next? We're going to wait for that to simmer. As that does, my lovely piece of tuna. So get some nice fresh tuna, season it up, spend a little bit extra to get that quality. Like I said, don't worry if you're doing chicken, just replicate it in the exact same way. Maybe a little turkey breast, maybe some pork, sirloin of beef, anything like that. Just going to season them up. Wait for my nice hot pan to heat up. I'll give my hands a little wash. I want to talk to you about last week's competition. Actually, we had a bit of a disaster. I don't think we explained the competition very well at all, because normally we get tons of people and we're just like, put up your best thing and we'll cook a recipe for you. So we're going to try and be more precise with this week's competition. We're going to give you an awesome prize. We're trying to decide how to give it away, but a huge cookbook that I've got, right, that comes in this sort of box.
Presentation box.
Heston Blumenthal, probably one of the best chefs in the world. I think his restaurant's been voted best chef in the world a couple of times. Oh, it's so heavy I can't even hold it up. This book costs a fortune. I think it's $150, $200. Let me find some of the nice food photography. It is, if you're into food, this is, let me find a nice one. This is what you're looking for. Stuff like that. Really stunning food photography, amazing recipes, all the story behind Heston, and there's Heston himself with his big baldy head. I can say that because I'm bald as well. So yeah, oh look, there's a big fold out part in the middle. Wow, amazing, right? So what we're gonna do is we will all sign that book. We will put in...
We're gonna ruin a book that we're giving away for a competition.
We're gonna send it out to one reader. How are we gonna do it? Basically, to win it, we need to get our Facebook fans to 5,000 people, right? I think we're at 2,500. Have a quick look there. So either our Facebook fans or our YouTube fans, whichever one gets to 5,000 first. So help us out by subscribing on YouTube, youtube.com/foodmob. 2,543 on Facebook. So go to facebook.com/foodmob. Subscribe on one of those and we'll give it away to one of our lucky viewers. Hopefully we'll achieve it in a week. So no pressure there at all. We just need to get to 5,000 on each of those. That book will be coming out to you very, very soon. We'll post it and everything. So it's a stunning prize. I've made great use out of it over the last year or so, and it's couldn't recommend it more. Our tuna has lovely seasoned up. Popping them on there.
Oh, Skycam's not going to get that.
I'll move it forward.
Cool.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, Skycam can now see it.
All we're doing is searing that in basically. Now, as that comes together, a couple of little vegetables that we're going to add in. This is the thing that I love most about about this dish is there's tons of greens. So I've got some nice little sort of Chinese cabbage here. Just going to roughly chop him up. In that goes. Don't need to do anything to it. It's just going to wilt down really, really nicely. In goes my little sugar snaps. So you can leave them whole if you wanted. Little tip for presentation when you're doing anything sort of Asian. Cut at an angle. Can you see that, Aaron? Yeah. Cut at an angle and you get that nice little sort of shape and presentation. Same with the tuna. We're going to do something cool with the presentation on that. It doesn't take much cooking at all. All the way across. And in those go. And again, at this stage, you can mix it up if you wanted some courgettes, zucchinis, peppers, whatever it is. You can pop it in there. In that goes. Just going to crank the heat up a little bit to bring it up to the boil. And add a tiny little bit more liquid. Now, last thing I'm going to do is just turn them 90 degrees. Skycam. 90 degrees just to get those lovely griddle marks on there. Second last ingredient that's going in is some of these pre-prepared noodles. So these are called straight to wok noodles. You'll have some sort of variant in your local supermarket. You can use packet noodles if you need to cook as well. They'll just take a little longer. I just love these because they're so quick. And today's show, like sometimes we edit down the recipes to make them short enough to fit into the show. This is pretty much in real time and it's pretty much ready. So it's the sort of stuff that you can cook at home in the evening perfectly. Like it really is quick. So in that goes, heat cranked up, tuna, flipping them over. Look at those grill marks. Can't beat that, can you?
I knew it was chicken.
I knew that was coming. At least you're predictable. Move our gorgeous cookbook away. Literally is the heavy. How are we going to post that? I don't know. We're going to have to.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
The postage bill will be as much as the book itself. Right, my chicken. It's in my head now as well. Tuna is seared in on the outside. Now the main reason I'm doing that is to get it some nice grill marks. Bit of drama over there. Main reason I'm doing that is because it's got some really nice grill marks on it, mostly for presentation. Because all I'm going to do now is I'm going to slice it down the middle. I want to keep it sort of nice and rare in this ramen. And just cut them down the center, just so it's split into portions. Have you ever tried it properly?
Probably not.
You haven't?
Probably.
Well, you're going to have to try it at least today.
I'm hungry enough. Like, all you have to do is get me really hungry and I'll eat anything.
So, presentation-wise, in a bowl, you can see that it's all come together awesomely in there. Smell that now, real quick. A little bit of seasoning.
Smell it.
Very nice, isn't it?
You smell the ginger.
Now, with my tuna, I really don't want to overcook this, so I'm just going to place it up on top and turn that heat off. And what that's going to do is it's just going to perfume up through the... come in here and just get a close-up if you can, Aaron. It's really worth it.
Well,
Is it on Skycam? It just looks absolutely stunning the way it's sitting up there on top.
I'll just come in anyway for a bit of time. Oh, wow.
The female ratings have just zoomed up. We're up at 22% instantly. One appearance on camera. Okay, so just push them down in. And I can't stress enough, like obviously if you're with chicken or pork or something like that, you want to cook it through, but the tuna is ready. So now it's just a case of presenting it. So we're just going to pull it off the heat.
You're going to eat it that rare. Can you eat fish that rare?
Absolutely. Like it's probably, you know, some people would say that's even overcooked. So I'll just up on top. So the tuna is just out of it and stops cooking. Like overcooked tuna is like what you get in a can, basically, completely different. If you want it really nice, you want it rare. So out that comes on the side. Don't worry, that's going to be served up in a second. And now it's just about fishing for all that goodness into the bowl. I think that was quick, wasn't it?
That's what she said.
That's your standard joke this week, isn't it?
That's my standard joke of all time.
Stolen from me. Okay, now. More vegetables. Look at the vegetables and goodness and noodles and juice and a lovely bit of tuna up on top. Just 3 little bits per portion. The tuna was pretty pricey. I think it was about 10 euros, so about $10 to $15 for that chunk. Real good stuff though. But like I've split it out, it's, you know, into 3 or 4 portions. It's not that expensive. $20 would get you the whole meal. Little drizzle of juice just over the top of it. And a lime sitting up on top. And then one final ingredient, which not everybody likes. I think we've had this discussion before. Coriander, cilantro. Was it you that doesn't like it?
No idea. No.
Ton of it in there. Just picked in at the last second. Or it's you, Lauren, isn't it? You don't like it?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, do you? Well, it's me actually. I don't like it. Now that I remember. No, I thought it was one of you two. There you go. Get stuck into that because I'm telling you that is absolutely gorgeous. As the guys get stuck into it, you need a spoon actually. You absolutely need a spoon. I'm going to tell you about our first sponsor this week once I get you your accoutrements, which is Netflix. Netflix is the world's largest subscription service, streaming movies and TV episodes over the internet and sending DVDs by mail. For only $8.99 actually, $8.99 a month, Netflix members can instantly watch unlimited TV episodes and movies streamed to their TVs and computers. $8.99 a month, that's nothing. One cinema ticket. Price to go and see Toy Story yesterday. You could watch every movie pretty much, but you could watch them on Xbox 360, Sony PS3, Nintendo Wii, pretty much anywhere. Watching that amount of movies and TV shows for $8.99 a month is a no-brainer. So what do we need you to do? We need you to help support the show. That's how we help make all this, and your ramens and mac and cheese and Aaron to edit and all that. If you do want to support it, go along to netflix.com/foodmob. There's some great discount codes on there that will help you get you cheap access to Netflix. I really recommend it. I think it's fantastic. I checked it out in America when I was over there on the iPad. Really, really stunning service. Well worth doing. Somebody was asking me about sponsoring the show not sponsoring the show, supporting the show. They wanted to send us money. Physical money, because they were outside America and they couldn't get Netflix either. So I thought that was pretty cool. But if you're in America, help support the show with Netflix. Would be much appreciated. I'm going to show you a little tip here today that might not apply to all of you because you might not like fish like Aaron, but a question that we get asked an awful lot is, how do you cook simple fish? People struggle with it. They have it in restaurants. Tastes delicious. I've got a simple piece of cod here today, and I want to demystify cooking fish. Because it really, I'm doing everything with my right hand because I've got fish on my left hand and I don't want to upset people. I feel like a bit of a special person.
Yeah, you look like it.
So salt and pepper on there, little drizzle of oil into your pan. The key is bringing the pan up to a really high temperature. Really is the key. What are you looking at, Skycam?
I think Skycam would be off.
Stop everything. There's a problem with Skycam.
Skycam's not on.
Skycam was not on.
We're back.
We're back on. Panic over. Skycam is back. So fish, very, very simple to cook. Skin, that's skin obviously. What we want to do is get that crispy. So laying it into the pan away from me because there's really, really hot oil in there. If I put it in towards me, it'll splash back and burn. So away from me. Now what I'm going to do is wash my hands. And the place where everybody goes wrong with fish is they panic. What would you do now? You'd be like, if you were looking at it.
Oh, I'd have the spatula in there, moving it around.
Would you be like,
stuff.
you'd have it in all over
all the time.
Aaron's seen this before, so he's been a smart ass. But basically, most people, what they would do is they'd have the spatula in there. They'd be sort of like panicking. They'd be like, shit, this is fish. I've never fucking done it. There's got to be something.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Jump out the window.
Yeah.
Game over.
So they'd be in there looking at it. The key is to just sit back, chill out, relax, maybe chuck in a little bit of time, but there's no need to fucking be doing anything. I did feel a bit special doing that. There's no need to be panicking is the point that I'm trying to make. There's no need to be in there looking at it. It's doing its own work. What's happening is the underside of the skin is crisping up at the moment. It's getting really golden brown, and we're just going to wait for that heat to sort of start transferring up through the fish.
My problem I've had any time I've cooked fish when I flip it over, the skin sticks to the pan. Is
Well-
that I cooked it too much or not enough?
You got impatient and you tried to flip it too soon.
So I didn't cook it enough.
So if you think of the skin as this sort of wet, moist
What are you doing
thing,
today?
right? This wet, moist thing on the bottom. And it's kind of being cooked. This is the weirdest description ever. It's kind of being cooked, but then you're taking it when like there's still bubbles of moisture and stuff in there, so it's pulling up and that's just the skin sticks to it. If we leave it for long enough, the skin will just be crispy, golden brown across the whole surface area. And then you'll see in a second, just like that, perfect. I'm really setting myself up for a big fail. One question that I want to answer that a lot of people ask is sometimes I use metal stuff in the pan. It could possibly scrape stuff. The reason I did that is from back in my restaurant days. It's just you always have a spoon as a chef. Basically, you nearly have 3 spoons in your back pocket. Reason for that is you're flipping stuff. You're also in a different pan, tasting stuff like that. So it's just spoons are what chefs carry around. Just be careful with your hygiene, obviously. Now, I haven't touched it for about a minute, and I'm just going to have a little peek, and it feels nearly there. There's still a couple of the little corners that are sticking, so I'm just going to wait.
And is this all fish? Like cod, tuna?
Yeah, tuna is obviously slightly different. Tuna's obviously slightly different, but cod, salmons, anything with the skin, a flat fish. Obviously a flat fish is going to cook a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Pretty much all fish I would cook like this. So you can see the white around the outside. That's where the fish is starting to cook. Skycam will show you that very nicely. And another key with fish is obviously not overcooking it.
Yeah.
Very, very easy thing to overcook. So, very gently just feeling the edge. Now, just prising it off with my spoon, and if I flip that over, you can see skin fully intact, yes? Right? So that's where you would have been going wrong up until now, was it? Okay. Now, a couple of little things that I want to do that are not absolutely necessary, but I just think that lemon works with fish so well. So what I'm going to do, the thyme in there is not necessary by any means either, but it's just how I cook fish. I think it works really well flavor-wise. I'm going to add in a little bit of lemon juice, just around the outside. And what that does is it actually starts to create a steam effect. So you can see the steam starting to cook the fish really, really nicely. And just to finish it off, again, this is not necessary by any means. I like a little bit of butter in there.
A little bit.
A little knob.
A little chunk.
And just pick out those little lemon pips. And what I'm doing there is you don't have to do it like this every time if you're cooking the fish in a healthy way, for example.
So what is it? Is this cod? What is this?
This is cod.
Yeah. I don't mind cod. I might try this.
Oh, is that okay with you? That's good. It's good to know. Little squeeze of pepper over the top. And you can see what the butter and the lemon juice has done is it's made this little natural sauce. And that's your fish cooked. It was nearly cooked the other way. We flipped it over because it's quite a thin little piece of fish. I can just pop him up onto the plate. And then it's just a case of spooning that little sauce over the top. You don't need the butter in that by default.
I'd say the butter makes it good.
It does make it good. How quick and easy was that to cook as a piece of fish?
So easy.
Like there's no big myth there that we're blowing away. Little perfect piece of fish. Now, as the guys get stuck into that, I'm going to tell you about our second sponsor just before we tell you about something else, which this week, you're looking for your...
Yeah, what's the
This week is...
I don't know.
GoDaddy. Web hosting from GoDaddy.com includes 99.9% uptime, 24/7 support, and free access to Hosting Connection, the place to install over 30 applications, sure to help you get the most from your plan and website. What is GoDaddy for those people who watch the show who are not techies? It's a place to go and set up your websites. I've used it from day one, any websites that I've set up, as I just cleaned some fish juice off my computer. It's really, really simple to do. They make it incredibly simple. If you go along to revision3.com/GoDaddy, you can use one of the following codes. So MOB1, 10% off any order, which is a great deal to start off with. MOB2, $5 off Any order of $30 or more, Mob3 gets you $7.99 for a .com domain name. So a great place to go along and get your domains. Very, very cheap, very simple to do, very practical. You can have a website up and running in minutes, help support the show. Showed you how to cook fish today, showed you how to make pork ramen. I'm sure Aaron's made some funny pork stroke tuna stroke chicken, you know what I mean?
Yeah, stroke all the animals.
Stroke all the animals.
They were good, I have to say.
Tasty?
Both the fishes were very good.
For you to be saying that both the faces...
Both the fishes were very tasty.
Both the faces were very... Just quickly to remind you about the competition, win the book. All you have to do is
win it.
Win the book. 5,000 fans on YouTube or Facebook. You guys can do it. It's one click to do it. Very, very simple. A good show. Thank you both very much for taking part this week. You were fantastic as ever. We're all off to taste the faces of animals. See you all next week, and thanks for tuning in.